One of those was always going to come with his kick like that.
Yeah, what a magnificent long kick.
Yeah, and Smith has taken the ball on only a slight angle, really, for a player of his ability, and he would be 35 metres out from goals.
I don't think they've made one real tackle land on Theodore today. He's just basically broken every tackle.
Great strength, Theodore. And he's pulled that to the near side and only 1 point. That perhaps should have been a goal. So a point 10-16, 76 to 6 goals 17, 53 Collegians, and you're hearing this broadcast on Southern FM 88.3. Oh, jeez. Back here at Elstonwick Park at the 10.5-minute mark. Collegians running the ball through the centre of the ground. Compliments of Danny Thompson. His kick, unfortunately, is a bit of a scrubber kick, and it's intercepted by Jeremy Nichols, who pumps it back looking for Scott Teal. Teal dropped what he should have taken right on his chest. The follow-up by Thompson. That's Andrew Thompson kicking it forward, looking for Bromwell again. McMullen. McMullen pushes him forward. He's pushed forward himself. The ball is then run over the boundary line, deep in the left forward pocket for Old Melburnians. McMullen showed a little bit of bodywork there of some experience. Nearly gave himself a chance to mark that ball when he was clearly out of position. Umpire Jeff Wright to throw the ball back into play. Pollock over the top bounces the ball forward, but it's taken, surprise, by McMullen. McMullen loses possession of the ball. It's underneath a pack. There's an attempt to handball out. It runs into the league of players. Pollock and Griffiths are wrestling on the ground, and Pollock stands up with the football and gives it to umpire Gersh to bounce the ball.
11.5 minutes gone. Final term at Elstonwick Park. Not a great bounce. Goes towards the boundary line. Bromwell tries to trap it. Couldn't do so before it went over the line, and there'll be a boundary throw in, this time about 40 metres out from the Old Melburnians' goal. So as the clock ticks down, Collegians need to get some goals on the board to give themselves a chance. Goal or two here to Old Melburnians, just about seal it. Kick goes forward there for them, and it once again off the back of the leg there of Steve Smith. The Old Melburnians pull forward, and there'll be another throw in, 20 metres out from goal.
It's becoming a bit of a hard slog, isn't it now?
It is. Plenty of packs, making it difficult for team scoring. As now Andrew Thompson is happy to see the ball go over the line, and Old Melburnians just holding things up a little bit here on their half-forward line, waiting to set something up.
Almost a time erosion technique at the moment, Doss, to use the new parlance in football.
Pollock.
Knocked forward again by Pollock. Pollock has taken over in the ruckwork since he's come back on this time. Nichols kicks the ball forward, looking for a Teal. Teal's had the ball punched away. Thompson for Collegians marks it, chips it out to Lawson. Lawson gives it to Pollock. Pollock handballs over the top to Keneally. Keneally kicks it up the wing, looking for Damien Phillips, but he's clearly outpointed by Robert Walker from behind, and Walker's height and strength outmanoeuvred Damien Phillips then, and Walker with the ball. He's looking for an Old Melburnians lead. There's not much forthcoming. Lovett's on the far side. A mishandling of the football there, but it's a recover there by Palmer. Well done, because I thought he was totally out of position. He kicks it wide. Leading in the race to the ball is Schober. Very deep out on the wing. Turns, handballs back. It cannons off the head of the Old Melburnians player. It's very untidy. It's near the boundary line. And finally it goes over the line and out of bounds directly opposite us on the far wing, right in front of the 4:20 pie sign at Elstonwick Park.
Very impressive, Gene Palmer. Gee, he's done an excellent job.
Yes, he's given them something. 13.5 minutes gone. Final term. Collegians 6:18.54. Old Melburnians 10:15.75 on the Vic Health Dental Health Services scoreboard. And I think we're going to see another throw in, are we? Out on the outer wing as it's a scrambling passage of play. Theodore goes to lend a hand in there and make sure it goes over the line, just to kill a little bit more time on the outer wing. It won't be great stuff from here, as Old Melburnians will be happy to close it out, as they have a lead of just under 4 goals. Kicked off the ground there by Thompson, up to half forward. Coming through there was Thompson. Now here's a chance for Collegians out there on the outer side. Looks like it's Harrison, or was it Kerr? Kerr swinging it back in, inside 45. Here's a chance for Parkin. Parkin gets it on to Big Phillips. He runs the 20 metres straight in front, and he puts it through, and that might be the lift they need. There's the big fellow. Phillips puts it through for their 7th. They're on to 7-18-60. They only trail by 15 points now. Old Melburnians at 10-15-75 on the Vic Health Dental Health Services scoreboard.
And that was a great steal by Park, and then a great steal. Showed a lot of courage to intercept that ball because they were closing down into a rapid rate, a couple of Old Melburnians players. And he knocked it through, managed to recover it and gave it back to Phillips, who ran into and make an easy goal. Great play, Parkin.
It really was a lifting piece of play. It was great anticipation.
And they needed that. Doss is right. They needed that spark because it was starting to peter out this game. It had lost a little bit of its urgency and interest. And we're seeing emergency umpire Michael Snedden come onto the ground, making his presence felt with delivery of this is the 3rd football for the day. He transfers that ball to umpire Peter Gersh, who's going to bounce this ball at the 15-minute mark of the last quarter, and there's 15 points in the game. A great bounce by Gersh. Pollock up, but Bryan, I think, won that and has hurt himself as he's come down. Danzy punches what he should have marked. It's gathered by Thompson. Cam Thompson kicks it to the goal square. It's knocked back into play. Terrific run through by Stuart Hinchin, but the umpire has already indicated it had crossed the line. Hinchin was about to run away with the play, and so it was a point. Hinchin tries to kick in, but he's far too early. The umpire has not been in a position to wave the flag. So the ball is brought back to the goal square, and Stuart Hinchin is going to bring this ball back into play from that point by Old Melburnians. Hinchin looking for a lead. There's not a lot forthcoming. They duck back towards the centre. We're seeing Danzy moving to the centre. Thompson is calling for the ball, but he's hardly a marking player. And now a short lead on the far side by Kerr with the bandage round his head. It's a bad kick and under kicks him. It's recovered by Lovett. Lovett hooks it back to the goal square. And showing a fair bit of courage there again is Parkin.
Bad choice to go to ground over there. The ball was always going to fall short, and I really don't think he should. He should have retained his foothold at least and tried to pick the ball up.
Could have been costly for them, but Old Melburnians now, the scoring opportunity in their forward zone is 20 metres out from their goal. A big pack of players. Thompson goes in there. So too does Palmer for Collegians.
Just get that feeling that Old Melburnians will score off this ball down there. Collegians need to get it away quickly.
Bounce down. Umpire Hinton puts it down. Thompson tries to knock it away. Here's a chance now. It gets with Smith. Smith accepts the hand pass. I think it was from
Michael Berry.
Berry, and Smith from 10 metres out pops it through for a goal that hurts Collegians very much at the 17.5-minute mark, and Old Melburnians move on to 11-16-82. Now go out to 22 points on Collegians, who are 7-18-60 on their Vic Health Dental Health Services board.
And how the pendulum can quickly swing, after that lifting goal by Parkin combining with Phillips, it went down the other end and stayed down there, and there seemed a lack of urgency in the Collegians camp. It's a kick off the ground in the centre of the ground now by Lawson, a miss by Walker, a pick up by Harrison, who kicks it forward, but it's an ugly kick, and Paul O'Brien shows a little bit of experience to out-muscle his opponent and take the mark. He handballs off to Stuckey, who handballs to Theodore. Theodore again breaks through a tackle. It's a half-hearted tackle, and Sousa, following up his work, kicks very well to the running Micah Berry. Berry handballs on to Webb. Webb on his left was being chased by Parker. He's a bit late to get there, and it's a down-the-field free kick. And that was always being telegraphed by Parko. It was a desperate lunge at him, but he knew he was going to get there a little bit late. And down the field free kick, a set shot by, of all players, a pretty accurate kick in McMullen, directly in front of goal, some 25 metres out, could not possibly miss.
Now when he comes, Ian McMullen lines up. Not his greatest kick for the day, but still the right result. Full points to him, and very unfortunate.